recording. Ding, 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 ding. You are listening to session 121 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic Elemental Evil story in D&D multiverse. My name is Mike, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hello, I'm Stina, and I'm playing Delia the Gnome Wizard, and also Snow, the Elven Cleric.
And I'm Kitties, and I will be playing the illustrious Hum, the Gnome Bard, and then later, most likely, Ren, the Goliath Barbarian.
Hey, I'm Miles. I play Tadias. He is a Aasimar Seeker, and I also play Chadigas Windthrup, a Human Druid.
I'm Nyx, and I'm playing Vox. She's a changeling rogue, followed by Bit, who is a Tabaxi monk.
And we start with the Excavators. The last time we left them, Delia, Hum, Tadias, and Vox, with Oxor the Gold Dragonborn and Rook the Snurfneblin, begin another precarious crossing from plateau to plateau. This next one they would come to learn as the location of the portal to the elemental plane of air. 3 air myrmidons stood watch, and as the Excavators approached, Yan Si Bin, evil archnemental of air, peered out them from beyond the portal, and with what influence he had on the prime material plane, whipped up a windstorm as the myrmidons rushed to attack the party and defend the portal. To Yansi Bin's chagrin, the Excavators won out, and as he displayed impotent rage, Tadias approached the portal and thrust Windvane into it. The portal destroyed, and the rift was closed, taking Windvane with it. The sky cleared as that influence from the plane of air was severed, and Iki again appeared to the group. She would finally confront what happened to her and her people at the hands of the cult, and would break down, for Iki had been tortured to death by the demon at the pottery, and Iki's incorporeal form, infused with air elemental energies like the specters from the ruined Aarakocra homes. In her turmoil, she summoned a tempest around here, risking to toss the Excavators off of the plateau, but Hum, with the soothing power of Chan's chimes, managed to calm her down and allow her enough peace to move on to the afterlife. The Excavators, physically and emotionally drained, sat down under the clear blue sky and rested before beginning to make their way back. We return to the early afternoon of Flame Rule the 6th, the Excavators just picking up Narisi and Desena and heading to the next plateau. So I believe we did leave off with the whole group about to hop onto the monkey bridge headed back.
Can't wait to be done with these things.
Me either. Let's go.
You begin making your way with the Feathergale Knights following behind you. Oh, cool. It's in my notes. Oh, I need to copy paste something, don't I? Let's see here. There's a much more... The wind that you're feeling is much more peaceful now. What was once something that was always, like, you always had to correct for, it seems like whatever energies that caused the winds to be as blusterous as they were before has calmed down quite a bit. And it's a much easier going as you go from from at this point, from spire to spire, and some of the bridges are those precarious monkey bridges. Some of them are more stable, but eventually you start. You actually can see it much sooner than before because there's no mist anymore. You can see in the distance that series of spires with the very precarious ladder-like bridges between them and the big plateau that had all of the cultists that didn't pay you any mind as you walked by.
Are they still there?
They're still there. They're still there, and as you get to this spire here, whoa. As you get to that spire there, they kind of notice you and turn in your direction.
I think we ruined their party.
Guess it's not fair that we weren't invited.
They might be kind of upset that you did what you did, says Narisi.
Well, they can be upset all they want.
Oxor is just starting to make his way across.
Hum is like really kind of moody and angry. And she says, I don't know that I give two shits how they feel.
Oxor kind of nods in approval and then kind of peeks around the spire and says, Hey, Tadias, do you want to give me some rope so that we can make that crossing of that twisty one easier?
Yeah, just don't lose it. It's my last one. I'll pass it to him. While I'm doing that, I'll also turn to Vox and say, do you think you can keep an eye on them? I don't know if your bow can reach that far. But if you see anything, I don't want to fall.
Sure.
So Oxor just starts making his way across these things, and without the wind biting at you, it's a lot easier as he's slowly making his way across.
Hum is following behind him pretty closely.
Okay. Much easier, he says as he's sidling around these spires. Tessina and Nerissa are following behind Rook as well. And this during this like climbing or scrambling, they're just staring in your direction. You can't exactly see their expressions, but they don't. They're just kind of leering. Is Vox okay? I was wondering.
Hum just pulls out her crossbow and loads it.
Nice. She takes a beat at like the foot of where the chain meets the spire, and she loads up her crossbow. Very good
I'm
idea.
gonna shout out, it's illegal to loiter.
One of them, one of them like kind of twitches and walks up to the edge of the spire here, or the plateau, and the person here kind of goes to their side and kind of grabs their arm, and then it was clear that they didn't have a real plan at that moment anyway. But a couple more of them kind of gather up on this side as you're making your way across. I think they're probably gonna go for us.
Let him come.
He grins.
Fox gets her bow out.
Alright, so are you gonna stay there with your bow?
No, I'm moving forward.
Okay. Just kind of, your bow is in one hand, trying to grab onto the chain.
Mike, does it look
Oh,
like
that's right.
What's up?
does it look like any of them have like,
Weapons?
well, not weapons, but like the ability to fly? Or save themselves if they get pushed off?
From your experience with these guys, because you have encountered these this hierarchical rank of cultists from the Howling Hatred. They other than the priest, which you can see, the initiates do not have the ability to fly or stop themselves from falling.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
So, Mike, no, I do not have my bow out. I forgot we were crossing on the monkey
They're
bridge.
they're worse than monkey branches. They're just rungs of ladders. So Oxer is just crawling, keeping his head on a swivel.
So, how are the gnomes gonna do on this bridge?
Carefully. It's just a
She
bunch.
turns.
Go on.
She turns to Tadias and she says, "Can I have a boost?"
Sure. Are you gonna just kind of jump on the shoulders, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump on his shoulder.
I kind of like crouch down to the bottom of the spire, let her hop on.
Oxor is in the middle of his crawling. Nerisi and Decina are keeping a length back, just in case. As Oxor slowly makes his way across this one. On his hands and knees.
I was gonna grab you. You're good.
At which point you hear, "Go!" Roll initiative. Roll bulk macro. All at once. So good. Oh, crud. Okay. I have to... I can just do it while I get there. Okay. Nerisi and Decina are not in fighting shape. Whoa, wait a minute. I don't want the full soundtrack. That's annoying. Apologies. There we go. Okay. Alright, so Vox, the way this combat works, you are standing, you're like sidled up to this spire, and you're facing the spire. So turning around is not a very good proposition for you, unless you can roll an acrobatics check really well, and if you don't, you're in trouble. So what do you do?
So I'm not facing them?
Well, actually no, you could be. Yeah, you could be. I should have led with this. When you're sidling from one side of the spire there to the other, you're doing it with your back to the wall? Or with your stomach to the wall?
Oh, back to the wall.
Okay.
Because I wanted to keep my eyes on everything.
Okay, perfect. So you are facing them, but you have... Oh yeah, okay. Drawing your bow is difficult because of how little space you have to pull your arm back. So, disadvantage.
Okay, I'll take it. So I'm gonna shoot at that one.
Alright. That is a hit. Oh wait, do you get sneak attack when you act before somebody? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
You get advantage too. Okay, so it actually cancels out. You hit.
First round of initiative or something?
Yeah.
I clicked it.
Oh,
Might
okay.
take a bit.
All right, 8 piercing as your arrow hits center of mass and they double over. Oh, that much damage. They crumple, and they kind of lunge forward and fall right down.
One down.
So you can see this group is starting to head in this direction. They're starting to converge toward the bridge, but the priest is moving forward to here and kind of lets their hands move around in these arcane gestures that you're familiar with as you see this electricity starting to form, and they fire it towards Tadias and Hum. And I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
I don't think that's gonna do it.
Hum manages to. Tadias basically takes the hit. So here's what happens. Excuse me. Whoa. What? The spell broke? It won't roll damage. Why wouldn't it roll damage? Oh, the damage is just gone. What the hell? Roll20 must have updated. And it broke its own thing. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is halved already. You feel the lightning strike you. In the case of Hum, it kind of like zaps you, glancing blow. But you realize, or you feel that it's much less potent than it was before, so half the damage already. For your convenience. And the priest looks down at the priest looks down at his hands and, no. This one is going to kind of move over here and try to line up a shot on Vox with a crossbow. What the heck? There we go. $14 on Vox.
Miss it.
It just clanks on the spire next to you and just twirls through the air, falling to the ground.
I can see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah. Delia. Oh wait, no, not Delia. That's from your... Now, Hum.
Hum readies an action for when she gets close enough. She has her crossbow in her hand.
Okay. Because you're being transported by Tadias, you kind of... Does Tum have, like, her legs, like, clamped on him, like on a horse?
So she actually has her feet tucked into his armpits.
Nice. All right.
Kind of just lock herself into his his body, but allowing him to move.
Perfect. All right. This one is going to come out here and is going to again try to lob a crossbow bolt at Vox. They can't roll above a 10, it seems. That's another miss. Delia.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry. If I cast Bigby's hand and I use grasping hand, if I grab onto them and then move the hand over the abyss and let go.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay.
You have the slots for it?
Yeah, I have Arcane Recovery.
Oh, dang. Okay, cool. I'll just...
I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast it right here.
Okay. It's a large thing, right?
It is.
I need to actually, like, get a token for your hand. But until then, we'll use this. That is the hand.
Okay. So
So who you're grabbing? You can only grab one at a time, right?
yeah, this guy.
All right. Strength check for them. So what happens when they succeed? Does it just nothing happen?
Yes.
All right. So they just kind of like turn and just kind of shrug off the middle finger of this hand and kind of weasel out. Ugh. All right. Oh, is there anything else for your turn?
No, I'm good.
All right. This guy is going to start crossing the bridge here. And they have a curved blade in their hand as they're making their way over. You know what? I didn't roll for Vox. I mean, Oxor. So let me do that real quick. Alright, that tracks. Tadias. Movement here is rough terrain.
So, when I saw this one shoot the lightning, right?
Yeah.
That was the one that did it?
Yeah, that was the one that did it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be better. I think I'm just going to do the haste.
Okay.
So, haste as action, and then I'd like to use my bonus action to dash. So, with rough terrain, roughly get like this spot right here.
Okay.
And when he does,
Do I need to make
he is
any
now
checks?
close enough for me to throw my crossbow bolts at him.
Indeed. Do you need to make any checks? No. The punishment is the rough terrain.
So it just kind of like runs around Oxor, kind of spins out, like kind of, using a centrifugal force,
Oh,
and just
careful.
kind of zooms over. Hits right there.
I like to
And
think.
then,
I like to
go for
think you like run into Oxor a little bit, like you smush him against the pillar. And you're like, oh, okay. And Hum goes right along with him. Holy shit. It's
Well then.
not a charisma save. But you just riddle this guy with holes and just 10 crossbow bolts, and they slump over on the bridge and they make a good obstacle. All right. I just want to make you part of the map layer. All right, cool. And now it's Tadias' turn.
I still have a haste action.
Oh, okay. Good.
I forget if haste allows me to. How strong does this bridge look like? This is one of the more intense ones, right?
This one's like stable. It's got the chain like handrails and the wooden platforms, and it seems kind of reinforced.
But it isn't rough terrain on this one, right?
No.
I think. Yeah, I don't see any point in doing anything else. I'm just going to stay there actually because I can't use dodge. So, yep, that'll be it.
Alrighty. Well, this one's going to try to meet you head on. And can't really get any further than that. So they are going to draw a knife from their... they're gonna draw a knife from their belt, and they're going to just chuck it at Tadias. 21 to hit.
Let me see with the haste. That might not. No, I didn't hit the jets yet, so yeah, it hits.
For 4 piercing. Just a glancing blow. That's his turn. And this one is going to join up right behind. And is not going to spend one of their daggers. Just gonna hang there. Alright, Oxor is going to start making his way across this bridge slowly. Actually, Oxford might just use their dash action. Just get to over here. And that'll be his turn. Great. Alright, this one is going to take a wide berth around the, Can the hand take opportunity attacks?
Um,
I think we established that it can't, right?
no, because it says when you cast a spell and as a bonus action on your subsequent turns, you can move the hand up to 60 feet and then cause one of the following effects with it.
Got it. Alright, so this guy is going to just meander to over here and try to take a shot at Vox from where he is, because that's the best angle he's got with a crossbow. Jesus! They've all rolled 14 for their crossbow attacks. Yeah, okay.
Amateur.
Great. This one is going to attempt the same. Just gonna weave through, take a shot, and come back. Zip. Nothing can't hit. It's your turn, Vox.
Can I... Sorry. Can I dash along this bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have the bonus action dash then.
Alright.
That would get me to there.
Alrighty.
I can still shoot.
Yeah, you'll be threading the needle. Actually, from here, no, because you're on this side of the spire. You're not. It's not a platform. It's like it is a rock that's jutting up beyond the height of the bridges. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So from there, you actually have total cover from all these guys.
Because it's double train on this bridge, right?
It is rough terrain on that bridge.
That I got across, okay. There's nothing I can do then.
Okay. Hey, sometimes that's what turns are. Alright. Well, this one is kind of gonna try to get away from this hand. So is going to make their way over to here and take a shot at Oxor with a crossbow bolt. 11 just pings off of his armor. This Howling Hatred priest is gonna walk to the very edge to get a shot off onto Dias and Hum, and he starts to form the lightning in his palms, but then it just kind of zaps and pops into a puff of cloudy mist, and the priest looks down at his hands and he says, My bond with the divine wind has been severed! And he looks around in a panic and just hurls himself off of the cliff and falls below into the mossy stones. And you hear a crunch. Hum, it's your turn.
Hum is going to I don't know.
You could just mock one of them. When in doubt, get some mileage out of that generator.
I'm going to use Mind Sliver.
Oh, that works too. On who? I mean,
This one. Hold on, my pointer's not working. This one here.
Okay. They definitely didn't save.
Oh, even better. She's going to use Stop Hitting Yourself.
Oh, okay. Is that that's a strength saving
Why
throw.
did it?
So 6, so it's not gonna save anyway. Is it rendering itself as an attack or not as an attack? There you go.
There it goes.
Oh man, okay, this is actually brutal. So I mean, he just takes the curved blade in his hand and just smacks his head with it, with the blade, and like it just chunks into his skull, and he just slumps over.
And she giggles a little.
Anything else, Hum?
No, she's good now.
All right. So this one takes a look around at what's happening, and hearing that priest say what he said did not inspire much confidence. So you watch as this Howling Hatred initiate just kind of steps back from the edge of this cliff and drops his weapons and puts his hands up. Delia.
Okay, we're gonna try and grab this guy with the hand.
All right.
That's more like it.
There's no way that can fail. So you grab him.
Okay, we'll do a little bit of damage to him.
You hear a groan. You hear a
And then we'll
pop.
We'll pull him off of the cliff over here,
All right.
but we won't let go of him yet.
Okay. He just starts begging for his life. Oh, okay, he's not begging for his life, he's dead.
Well,
He's just hanging limp in the hand's grasp.
alright. I guess we'll let him go, and then I'll just, like, kind of shake my hand.
Alright. Anything else, Delia?
You know, I think I can actually move the hand back, because I can move it 60 feet, I think?
Oh, then, yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, we'll get it up in here. And I'll point at this one.
He is gonna do something on his turn, and you'll see what it is if he lives that long. Tadias. Uh-oh. Having trouble hearing you.
Sorry, I wasn't near the mic. Let's use the haste action to it. Can I push this one? I think I can push him, right?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, let's do that. Athletics. There.
Yeah. You shove him right off. He just tumbles over and into. So, like what this looks like. I wish I had the thought of doing this. So it looks like this underneath, with the grassy, mossy stones. But oh wait, hang on. Let me turn off dynamic lighting. Wait. Yeah. There we go. Looks like that underneath. So they just fall into the moss there. Yeah. So just tumbles down. You hear a crunch, a nasty crunch, and that's it. Anything else to dice?
I still have plenty of movement, so I can run over here and try to push this one too.
All right. This one?
The one that's by the edge, yeah.
All right. He says, as you're approaching, he says, wait! And he tries, but you just shove him over. Tumbles down. Poof! This one had already had... Oh, wait, no. This one is starting to put their hands up, looking at the hand. Is there anything else you'd like to do? I think you have one more attack action.
I have my haste action, but I'm going to probably just use my bonus to hit the jets and stand right here between them and just say, surrender!
All right. Oxor is going to just kind of swivel around here and get on that bridge and just start making his way over there, stepping over the body, and that's all he can really do. He kind of sees that Tadias has the situation handled, so he's just kind of hanging back there. Yeah, no, this one is like drops their crossbow and looks between Tadias and the hand, and it's just like surrender, I surrender. And I think because there's no other threats here, we're going to leave initiative.
Oh, the hand poof.
The hand poofs. So this one is now like just kind of standing. They're both standing, like looking at you, Tadias, with their hands up, their weapons on the ground at your feet.
I'm gonna kick their weapons like over here.
Hum scrambles down from Tadias's shoulders and yells, "Surrender! They don't get to surrender. They killed a whole people.
Yes, and they can deal with it when we take them to the guards.
They deserve to die now."
Wouldn't you rather let them be executed in front of people who were hurt by them?
The people that were hurt are dead.
Not all of them. We know those hills were attacked, those mountains in the south were attacked. This goes on beyond further than the birds, and you know that. Besides, I need to know a few things.
Oh, you want me to find out things? I'll find out things.
The Fethergale Knights and Rook are making their way over in this direction. Oxford takes a second to dump the bodies here off of the cliff. Not the cliff, off of the bridge.
We should just kill them.
They are like just totally silent. They're looking at Hum with terror in their eyes because they saw her fill their buddy with 40 points of damage, but 10 crossbow bolts. Oh, you know what? Oxor actually pulls out like as many as he can and hands like, oh, hey, Hum, here you go. And he hands her 5 crossbow bolts that she spent.
Thank you. Now I have something to use.
So yeah, these guys are completely in your power. They have their hands up, they have their weapons away. What happens?
Now, it's just me mostly forgetting, but there was another area we were going to investigate, if I remember correctly, that we like postponed to go deal with the
Yes.
winds first.
Yes. That was when Iki referred to it as this place that was a burial ground for an ancient people.
We
And
also have to find the thing, the horn.
The horn.
So I'm going to ask them about both those things and see if they recognize anything I'm talking about.
well, how do you phrase it?
So I don't know if they know that it was a burial ground, but where, like, orientation wise, is the area that I'm thinking of? Like the southwest?
Oh, yes. Yes. This is the direction you came from, and you remember that this is the general direction. Actually, because the skies are clear, you can see the spire that was ruined by the orb bomb. The name is slipping my mind. The not apocalypse orb. Devastation orb. Yeah, of air. You can see it from here. You can see all of the bridges and the spires that are connected by them that lead to it, and you can actually see now, real far in the distance, what a series of spires that is also connected to that big spire that was ruined by the devastation orb. You know that that's a place you haven't been to, and you can see what looks like a building on top of one of these plateaued spires. You can just see it from here.
Cool. Then I'm going to, like, direct their attention. I'm going to point my dagger kind of over there. That thing. Who and what is posted there?
They look at each other. That's where Risi, that's where she retires. If anything's there, it's probably another priest or her pet, her bodyguard.
Her pit?
It's one of those wind elementals, but it's invisible.
Okay. Is there any other hostages anywhere up here?
They look at each other. Where have you been?
Just tell me all the ones you know of.
All right. Well, they look towards the two Feathergale Knights that are staring daggers at them, and they kind of flinch at that. And those two, they hold on, Mike has to think now. Most of the prisoners we took ended up working the turnstiles down below. And when he says that, you know that he's referring to those things that could be they're not turnstiles. They're like those gear things. Let me.
Yeah, I think we remember vaguely when we actually cleared that part of the dungeon.
Yeah. But he doesn't make it. He doesn't indicate any other captives. Oh, he also mentions the folks that were being handled by the green demon in the pottery, but you'd already been there.
All right. I kind of look at Hum and I exhale a bit. I mean, you made your bed, gentlemen. Don't go playing with cults next time, in the next life. And I'll start walking towards the bridge.
Wait, are you? What's happening? Is he just leaving Hum to it? Is that what's happening?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't hold any sympathy for him.
All right, Hum, what do you do? Thaddeus leaves, starts heading toward the bridge. And both of them turn and look to you very, very afraid.
I am going to cast Mind Sliver on both of them until they die.
All right. I don't want to roll initiative, so let's see how this shakes out. So you cast 1-on-1, and they scream aloud as so like Mind Sliver. How does it manifest? In the books, it manifests like a literal beam of this pink energy going from your forehead to their head. But does it manifest differently for Hum?
Just because of how angry she is, it manifests almost like fire and just beams towards their heads.
Okay, so you see, so the visual effect happens with this guy, and this guy screams and starts like scrambling for his weapons, and this one here screams, and then just your damage dice is like 3 now, so he just crumples to the ground. This one grabs his dagger, and Oxor stands over here with his sword drawn, and the initiate here just stares, looks at Hum, and Hum, you don't even give him a chance, I assume.
No.
You cast it, and the beam like starts heading toward him, and it collides with their head, and he turns, like he's in the process of like turning to run. Where he would run, who knows? But the mental energy is too much for him, and he just falls over dead.
While she's doing it, she screams, "This is for Iki." When she's done doing it, she like crumples to her knees and just starts sobbing.
You feel Oxor's hand on your back.
I like shrug it off.
Oh, okay. No, all right. He then busies himself by dragging this Howling Hatred Initiate corpse and tossing it over the side. Well, this one had some gold, says Oxor.
She just continues to sob.
$10 gold. Marisi and Desna start heading over the bridge. Oxor waits at the bridge here, and Rook walks over.
I just sit down next to him.
She just like crumples into Delia's lap and just cries and cries.
Rook kind of walks to Delia, and then he tries to say this like without Hum hearing. He says, "So, what about those other cultists that she spared earlier?"
I kind of shoot him a look that says, like, not now.
He clams up. Nerisi and Desina have just really grim looks on their faces, and they just glance at Vox and Tobias as they're waiting for Hum to recover.
Hum looks up at Delia and she says, "That's how my parents died. They were overcome, and no one deserves to die like that. Those two that we took down, they'll die too." And she stands up and she goes to follow them.
I followed behind her.
Oxor is the last one over the bridge, bringing up the rear. And but then he realizes that his whole process here has been to climb over this. So there's a little bit of a awkward scene where he's just trying to hey Tadias, and he throws Tadias his rope back so that you guys can safely cross this precarious bridge. But eventually you get around it. There's no time pressure here, and you're still making your way across these spires, and the big spire that had all of the Aarakocra homes slowly approaches as you make your way, and eventually you do get there. You do get there, and yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I have more copy pasting I need to do. Unless. Yes! Right. 1 second. You find yourselves back here. And you know that the that place you haven't been to yet is that way. Which way are you going? Are you going that way?
Yeah, I'm just heading towards the pathway I haven't been to.
All right. On this page, there's no risk, but Nerisi and Desina are. Sorry, I'm just gonna bulk move everybody real quick. They're gonna hang out on. They're They're gonna hang out on this side here while you all go that way. Just because they don't need to go that way. They want to leave here. So they let you to it, and you make your way over this rope bridge, which hits another spire and then turns into a very nice stone bridge reinforced with chain. And yeah. And I have flavor text. Aha. So you guys are making your way over this bridge, and you come across this plateau, and this plateau has an uneven surface covered in toadstools. The toadstool caps are spotted white, purple, green, and blue. Some are low and wide as forest ferns, while others stand nearly as tall as a adult person. Their stems are thick, but others shed. It's hard to tell, but some of them they're covering the ground and they're casting a shadow, but the shadow is illuminated. Some of them seem to be shedding light, and you can see beyond this building here, I think. Yeah, beyond that building there, you can see a plateau that has a pool of water and what looks like a sarcophagus on it.
Can I identify what type of mushrooms these are?
Roll nature.
Brought the wrong character up here.
I had that thought. You don't really know. They look very interesting, but you don't know exactly what kind. Maybe you hear a voice in the back of your head that says, in Chadicus's voice, "Oh, that didn't work." I was trying to prompt you, Miles.
I mean, I can roll if you want to, but I don't know if I'll do anything.
Oh no, that's not what I. Oh no, I was actually going for like collect them, please.
What if I pick one of the smaller ones?
You pick it. It's in your hand.
I want one of each color.
All right, you take one of each color. So what there are the most colorful ones? There is this one down here, which is that aqua turquoise color. There's one of those. There are these two. Oops. There are these two amber colored ones. And there are 3 of these sort of purpley ones, and you collect them, and you have them. Make sure you note that in your inventory.
I'm gonna keep them in like a little separate pouch.
Nice.
I really have no way of identifying when an invisible thing's going to show up, so I'm just going to keep walking forward until trouble finds my way.
All right. This building here looks like not a sarcophagus. It looks like a mausoleum. And looking at it, Mr. Archaeologist, you can tell that this is a dwarvish design. And there are doors, yes.
Are they the push ones, or do they appear to have locks?
They don't appear to have locks. Looking at them, they look like they actually could be pushed into the walls, like a sliding door. They are sliding doors.
Okay, I'll put my fingers between the crease and try to slide the left one in.
The left one. Yes, I can do that. You see this opulent spread of carpets, potted plants, and a large king-sized bed. And sitting on top of it looks like either a cornucopia or a horn of a turquoise color.
Well, at least we'll follow through with one of these promises. I'm gonna go get that horn.
All right, Tadias, roll initiative, everybody. When you step to here, or there? Yeah, there, that works. For the sake of space. Let's see here.
Bring it on, you invisible bastard.
Don't forget to roll for Oxor.
I shan't. The reminder is so very appreciated. Bang! Alright. Oh, Vox rolled low. Interesting. Ascending. Alright. Okay, so here's what happens. Tadias, the wind picks up around you. The bed covers like start to fall, and the plants start to shudder in this breeze. And Delia, you can hear. I think does Tadias like give a report when he feels the wind pick up? Like a shout?
No.
No?
Probably not much of a reaction. Just grab the daggers.
All right. Well then, Delia can hear a slight flap of of fabric. What do you do?
I'm gonna peek in the doors here. Cannot see anything.
Yeah, this door is closed. The left door is open.
Okay, well, I'm gonna open this one.
All right.
And I hear flapping.
So, okay, now that you're here, you can see that what looks like an internal windstorm has picked up. You see the carpets around here are starting to like move around, like they're being lifted off the floor slightly. The bed covers are starting to fall off. The plants are shaking. There's something in here that's causing wind.
Well, you know what they say. Let's fight wind with wind.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna cast Storm Sphere in the inside of this building.
Sweet.
So, it is a 20-foot radius sphere. And I will grab that. Let's use blue.
All right. The entire building.
And then
Is there any saves involved here?
it's an evocation spell.
Right.
So each creature in the sphere, when it appears or that ends its turn there, must succeed on a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Cool. Roll the damage. All right. Yeah, there's no visible tells for inflicting damage with wind on this wind. So, yeah. Anything else? Oh, you get an additional 5. Nice. That's right.
No, I think I'm good.
Alright. Tadias.
Do I have any indication of where I should be swinging wildly?
Well, you did, now you don't, because of the Storm Sphere. I'm gonna say because of now it's just total chaos in here.
Alright, let's bonus action hit the jets. I'm gonna just snag the horn.
Alright. You snag the horn.
I will take whatever opportunity attacks I need to dash out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna You can move the horn now as its token. Opportunity attack. Yes, you do take one.
I do take it with disadvantage.
Why with disadvantage?
It's my class. It just doesn't come up very frequently.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's gonna be normal. Ooh, 19 to hit. Still a GM.
Miss.
That'll miss! Alright.
So with the rest of my movement, I will dip out here. And that'll be it.
Alright. Hey, is Storm Sphere, like, difficult terrain?
No, they just have creatures within 30 feet of the sphere have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks made to listen.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so you feel more wind kind of snap at you, but it doesn't damage you any. Tadias says you just kick out of here. Alright. Whale, in that case, this creature is going to zoom up. And, yeah, Vox and Delia are going to take attacks from a source that you cannot see. So this one's to Vox. 24 to hit.
Yep.
For 12 bludgeoning. And then to Delia. Oh, 13 to hit.
I'll go ahead and shield.
You'll shield, okay. Alright, and that's their turn. Hum.
Hum moves up and she is going to ring the chimes at the wind.
Oh! Shoot.
Oh, did it end its turn or
No.
whatever?
No, it did. Something else. That has to do with the chimes. Where to go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Cool. So since you closed the air portal, you can pick any effect. We're not rolling dice anymore. You can just pick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But she still knows that there's a wind elemental in there.
Yeah. She just
so
can't.
she's going to ring the chimes.
All right. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you do that, and, okay. So, you ring it out, it rings vibrantly, and a few beats later, you hear Chan whisper into your mind, that creature has made their choice. There is no corruption to cleanse. So you know for sure that it's not tainted or anything. It just has a job that it assigned itself to do. Is there anything else you want to do?
She is going to. Has it been an hour?
You took a long rest. You took a short rest after the.
That's right.
Yeah.
So she's going to use her ring to viciously mock this thing.
Can you? Is vicious mockery seeing?
Is it singing?
No. Hold on. Vicious mockery. A creature you can see. You can't see the creature.
Oh, okay. Then she is going to be done.
All right. Oxor is going to make his way here and kind of look in puzzlement. Wait, where's the thing? The pet thing? And he just kind of stands there, puzzled, on the edge of the plateau here. Fox, what would you like to do? You felt this thing hit you, which is me saying you can target it.
Okay, let's
It'll be disadvantage, but you can target it.
Okay, let's just stab.
All right. Roll again because of disadvantage.
Oh, sorry, disadvantage.
All right. Well, the 29 hits. And that's magic. So your dagger hits resistance, and you hear a high shrill shriek. And Delia, now that you've heard that, you can target this
Found
thing
it.
too. Hey, does shield work against attacks you can't see?
It says an invisible barrier magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack.
What's the well, let me look. One reaction. Oh yeah, just hit by an attack. Okay, cool. All right, that is a question answered. Cool. All right. Delia, it's your turn.
Okay, I'll use my bonus action to try and strike that thing with the lightning.
All right. That is a
Then-
miss, unfortunately.
I'll use my regular action to firebolt it.
All right. That is a miss, I'm afraid.
Okay.
All right. Tadias, you can see that your buddies are being harried by this creature. What would you like to do?
It's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
I didn't hear today's. All right, cool. I still have no idea what's going on with this dude. Spells. I think I'm just gonna do the classic roll perception, see if I can spot him and point him out to everybody.
Okay. That's gonna be real tough. Okay, that is a good roll though. Okay, so you can see how stone dust is being swept up from the floor of the mausoleum, and you can see how it's collecting. You can see how it's sort of collecting in this spot. So Tadias calls that out to everyone, and for the next round, unless the creature changes its location, you won't have disadvantage. You'll just have vantage.
And that's my action, so I'll just kind of like get around the corner. That'll be my turn.
All right. So you take the horn with you. Pointing out what you did to everyone, Delia and Vox and Hum and Oxford can see when the wind tornado or the dust that's being picked up. They can see it, and it rushes between Vox and Delia, and it starts heading toward Tadias. And that means all three of you can make opportunity attacks. But because of it moving and stuff, it'll still be a disadvantage. Ah, the firebolt hits. Whew! The dagger hits. Jesus, that was a good roll. Okay. That was a good roll.
Would sneak attack happen? I don't know if it's
No, not with disadvantage. Sneak attack doesn't happen with disadvantage, yeah. So Tadias takes actually Oxor will get oh wait, no he won't. Tadias will take a couple of so the dust like sort of leaves the creature and it's fully invisible again, so these are going to be coming at you with advantage. So 1 and 2. Not that that does any difference. Kabang. And that's it for them. Hum.
So when she rings the chimes now, when she uses the charges, she can use anything. She doesn't have to roll to find out what it is.
Yep.
Is there more that I should know about, or do I still have to find those out?
Yes. So you can just... It's 1 through 20. So you can just tell me one that you want to try out. A number that you haven't seen yet.
What's 14?
What's 14? I'm sure Hum would have loved to know this. Hum, you feel your feet slightly leave the stone surface as you cast Fly on yourself.
So I'm flying right now.
You have the fly spell. You have a 60-foot fly speed. For 10 minutes, I think.
Okay. It's too bad she's not strong enough to lift Tadias.
Well, you could get a rope and some pitons if you guys got to cross a ledge or something. Anything else, Hum?
She is just going to levitate here.
Bonus.
Next to Oxtor. She'll be up about 20 feet.
Nice.
Stay out of this guy's range.
All right, so Oxor. So Oxor is seeing how Tadias is like having to kind of. So Tadias, when the gust armor is deflecting blows, it still pushes you a little bit. So Oxor seems to see that happening, and he meets eyes with you for a second. And it's like, oh, okay, that's where he is, and he starts attacking the square here. Wait, this square here. So Oxor is going to take some disadvantaged attacks. 1 and 2. One of those hit, dealing a good chunk of damage. That's 18. Vox, it's your turn. You can see how Oxor's blade is like meeting resistance, and you can see where this thing is too. This square here.
Okay, I'll stab in that direction.
You unfortunately still don't have sneak attack because it's a disadvantage, but at least you know where it is. That's a hit. For 12 total. Alright. Delia.
We'll zap him and firebolt him.
Alright. Oh wait, can you? Or is...
Yeah, it's within 60 feet of the center.
Ah, okay. Both are at disadvantage, unfortunately, but one of them should hit. That hits. For, that's 16 damage. And the firebolt hits as well. Jesus!
Not for that 5, though.
Right. Excellent. For 36 total damage as fire and lightning zaps and zaps, and you see a pair of very wicked green eyes appear and look at you, Delia, for just a second before they dissipate into the ether. And,
Squint at them.
And the wind dies down in that area immediately. And there's no other threat. Wow, Rook says. Oxor sheathes his blade. Do you keep the storm sphere up for... Or do you just let it go, or...
I mean, it only lasts a minute. Might as well keep it up just for funsies.
Alright, you tear that room apart, and there's just... The carpets and the plants just get strewn about everywhere. Before the minute is up.
Hey,
Yeah,
you're, not on the ground.
I know.
I'm gonna point over here. Do you want to go check that out then?
Yeah.
Can I save any of the plants?
Yeah, you can save some of the plants.
Alright, I
So-
set them back up in their little plant pots.
So I still have time to fly over to this other side, right?
Absolutely. It's 10 minutes of flight.
So I fly over here, and what do I see?
You see a sarcophagus resting on a flat top of a stone column-like thing protruding out of this very placid pool of clear water. No dead bodies here. The column, though, is covered in moss, and it looks really slick. And you see the casket has an inscription on it.
I go over to the casket and try to read the inscription.
Can Hum read Dwarvish?
No, but she can cast comprehend languages.
Aha! Is comprehend languages... Oh, it's not. Okay, good. So the inscription reads, "Here rests Godwyn, the Wormbane, Dragon Slayer and Peacekeeper, loving wife of," and the name is scratched out.
Up your back.
Let's
Is
take
there any
five.
way to open this?
It looks like it's openable, but it is also a very heavy-looking lid.
While this is happening, I'm going to cast Identify on my horn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Give me a second. Let me see here. Roll20's chugging along, ain't you? What? Oh. So, this horn doesn't have a name attached to it, but it can summon a dingy or a dinge. How do you say that?
Jinn.
Jinn. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, good.
Can summon a jinn by the name of Atair, who you've met once every 101 years, and be set to a task that it must complete before it can return to its elemental planar home. And it either has to complete the task or the horn needs to be destroyed.
Gotcha.
Mike, is it just a bed in here?
Yeah, it's just a bed in here.
Did those eyes that I saw look at all like Yancy Bins?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, where... Yeah, Delia was there for that. Delia has an inkling, remembering that back when you took on... what was his name? The ash-flavored elemental mage. The one that kept following you guys.
Ashwick?
Ashwick, yeah. When you took on Ashwick, but when Arisi was leaving the room, there was something that was attacking... wow, it's been so long. Illyria, before Arisi could leave. And you kind of put together that the invisible thing that was attacking Illyria was this thing.
Okay. Hum wants to try to open the top of this.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Okay.
The 11 is not gonna do it. You push and push, and it doesn't budge. You grab like the seam and try to lift the lid or push, and it isn't budging. I would say you have about 7 minutes of flying left.
So, does she recognize the names?
Yes,
The name?
she does. This is the person that Ferruk, the dust ghost who kept crying for Belsimer, told you about. That they had something that would aid your group.
Okay, so I'm going to fly back across and tell Tadias what's over there and tell him that I'm just not strong enough to open it.
How does long jump work?
How
You-
far can Lucy leap?
Lucy has a standing long jump of pretty far, but she's not here right now.
You know what? She sees Rook and she swoops him up and grabs him to bring him over.
All right, I will allow that.
She brings Rook over.
Don't do that!
But look! This is the lady we were looking for.
Oh, okay.
Get in there.
You want me to phase through the stone sarcophagus?
You can't do it?
He kind of like frowns, takes a huffing breath, and says, I can. I guess that's not only as disrespectful as opening the lid. Okay, fine. And he plunges his hand in there like it's putty, and he cringes, and then he sticks his whole face in there, and he's like he bends over a little bit, and you can't hear anything because it's stone, but then he pulls himself back out, and he pulls out with him a femur. Oh shit! Not this! And he shoves it back in, and then a moment later he pulls out a huge shaft of a weapon, and then he has to like take a couple steps back from the sarcophagus to pull the rest out, and it is a massive crow's beak that is glimmering.
Am I going to be able to carry him and the crow's beak across?
It'll be pretty difficult, but I would say that you have enough flight to take trips.
Okay, so I take the crow's beak from Rook, and I fly it back to Tadias, and I put it in his hands. And then I fly back over, grab Rook, and bring him back.
All right.
Without warning, so it scares him again.
Yeah, he is very unhappy about that. But you deposit him safely, and Tadias Hum comes back with a massive weapon, and let's take 5 because I need to use the restroom.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So we're all back. Hum lugs this huge pole weapon over, and I assume Tadias kind of... She gingerly hands it toward Tadias, I would assume. And when your fingers touch this, you recognize that it is magical.
That's big. And it's pole arms, so it's 2 hands, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't carry it.
I guess I'll just kind of keep it with me for right now, and we'll figure out about it later.
You got a weapon to replace Windvane.
And then use Windvane.
But you can use this one.
I can poke traps or something, yes.
Maybe Oxor would like it, or Vox. Voxor or Oxor.
Oxor kind of taps his sword and then kind of like brandishes the target toward there and says, I think I'm good. Pole weapons aren't really my style. I guess we should head back.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I'm taking one of these plants.
Fuck you, Reese. I'm taking your plant. Love it. Okay. So you head back to that main hub spire, and you pick up the 2 feather gale knights, and you start making your way back the way you came, and you can see down into the valleys between these spires, and vertigo happens from time to time, but you end up back in that on that one plateau that had the Aarakocra bodies, and the crazy weather events isn't happening there anymore. So it's just this. It's just water with corpses floating in it, and there are two bridges heading off of it. There's the one that's going the way you came, and there's one that's going in a different direction. And you remember the actually I can just bring you the page. You remember the cultists saying that in that direction was the quote-unquote storm ladder. Oh, Iki's not there. You're not here, Iki. Go away. You've moved on. So from here, where do you go?
I believe we've gone this path already, right?
You
We
have.
just haven't gone this one.
Yeah. You know that one leads to the way you got up here.
We should
no-
definitely go the other way.
And no one's described what's down this way.
You've heard that there's like actually, now that you're here,
And we can see stuff, maybe.
well, so what you can see is peaks and valleys, but and by valleys I mean like very sharp, like betweens. And you can see, you actually can see the path that you took to get to the ruins, those dwarven ruins where the air temple was keeping their lair when you first came around here.
Well, do we want to go exploring?
We shouldn't leave anything behind, as much as I hate to say it.
We do have these two. Just make sure they're as safe as you're following us.
Sure, they say. Oh, that way is just another plateau with a ladder that leads down.
Oh, the ladder that leads down. I think we know where that goes, actually.
You do. You remember poor Udarnik being sent up the way of that ladder, getting tossed around by this barrier of winds.
So, speaking of the devil, let's pull out Udarnik then and let him just see if there's anything other than that ladder around there.
All right. You let Udarnik zip off. Are you just having him do a scouting mission?
Pretty much. I just want to see if there's anything other than the ladder around, any structure or cultists.
Okay, so he zips off. About 10 minutes later, he zips back, and you get tells and images of at the bottom of the ladder in that pathway leading into the ruins. There is a man on a griffin with several others that are similar to that. And you get. Did we establish like how Udarnik communicates with you? Does he talk?
No, they don't talk. I kind of just ask him yes or no questions, and he flaps his wings for yes or no.
Okay. Well, I guess you divine through yes or no questions that Thurl is down there, sort of looking up, and didn't really notice Udarnik as he flew around.
Thurl's moved to the bottom path, so if we follow that way, we'll actually bump into him.
But Lucy,
But Lucy.
Lucy? Says Nerisi in a questioning tilt.
One of our party members is not so good with the heights, so...
Oh.
she likes to keep all 4 feet on the ground.
Why can't I grab Hum's token?
But I didn't see
There it is.
anything dangerous at all, right?
Nope. Seems pretty clear from here.
So let me see. Yeah. Do you think go that path yourselves? There shouldn't be any encounters. You can meet Daryl just following down the ladder.
Oh, all right.
Let him know that we will be where he left us by the quarters.
Sure thing. Thanks for all your help, they say gratefully as they start making their way around.
So let's go north, get Lucy, and also I kind of rattle around the horn a little bit. We have a debt to pay.
All right. You make your way over these, more of these bridges, back to the bloody Obulet. And you make your way over to that entrance. And you get there, and you are able to open these doors, and that elevator that had lifted you up from before is not there.
Well, now don't we look silly?
Rook kind of peers over, and then he says to Delia, you know, I think I could just ferry everyone down. It's all stone. Why didn't I think to do
That
that in
might
the
be
first
cool.
place? Yeah, I mean, just let ourselves sink through the stone.
I will relay that to everybody. Y'all fancy a trip into some rocks?
Let's do it.
Rook holds out one of his hands.
I'll take it.
I'll take Delia's.
Oxor just kind of looks at this and scratches his head. Wait, what are they doing?
She grabs Oxer's hand, holding hands.
Why? I mean, I don't mind that much, but why?
We are going to sink through the rock.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh. Then he offers his hand to Tadias.
I grab his hand.
Vox.
Reach my hand up for Vox.
I'll grab it.
So, once Rook looks over, confirms everyone's hands are joined, he starts sinking, and you can feel your body start to sink into the cool stone, and it's like being surrounded by water, but you're like contained in like a plastic bag. You can feel like this pressure, but it's not like it's killing you or anything. And in about I don't know, 10 minutes or so, you pop out, and you pop out right in front of Lucy. I'm gonna ping shift. And she scurries out of her alcove and kind of dances a little bit and runs toward Hum.
Hum runs and jumps and puts her arms around her neck.
And Lucy is very, very happy as she sort of just dances her elephant-like feet around. Or more like badger-like feet, but yeah. And you have absconded from the Skypierce Peaks, or the Howling Peaks. What do you do?
I don't know about the rest of you, but I need to sleep.
It is still the afternoon. Just letting you know.
If I remember correctly, there's like cliffs outside the temple.
Mm-hmm.
We can probably find another cavern like we did with Zach and chill out there. If we're not feeling up to it, we can hang here, but I wouldn't mind just going to take care of this gin real fast.
Hum just crawls onto Lucy's back.
And Lucy just starts stepping wherever Hum directs her.
Follow Tadias.
I'm just gonna bulk move everybody. Don't move your tokens.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the water, actually. I'm just moving you dudes this way. Oh, Hum for some reason didn't get... Where? What? What is happening? What?
I don't know.
I can't select... I have to... I'm gonna refresh. I can see Hum on the camera screen, but I can't see her token on the my screen. Or maybe that's a glitch for the camera. Is Hum still? She is, okay. Yeah. There we go. Alright. So as you're making your way this way, you do in fact see Atair around the corner. And he says, "Oh, welcome back. Did you find what I asked you to find?"
Housekeeping. I kind of ding the horn.
Ah, I can finally go home. Oh, just smash the damn thing. It was a mistake to make it anyway. My debt was repaid to the one I made it for a long, long time ago.
There's no danger to smashing it?
No. I made it to repay a debt. A very kind mage saved me once, and my gratitude for him was so great that I had crafted that horn to summon me to your plane whenever he wished it. But then he died, it fell out of his hands, and it changed owners over the centuries. I'm tired of it.
Did the mage have a name?
Is today
Just wondering how much coincidence is in this world, pretty much.
Oh, he gives yeah, okay. He says his name is Barsan.
No, don't know Barsan. Now, how damaged do I need to break this thing? Can I just cut a piece of it?
Do you want to keep it?
I have someone that would really like it if I brought it back to them.
Oh, He strokes his beard and he says, you want it to be an artifact of sorts. You're a collector.
There's a society that we all have a sort of root to in our town that we come from, and I wanted to let them have it.
He wants to give it to a girl.
I begin just holding my hand over her face.
Atair kind of smiles and waggles his eyebrows a little bit, and he says, He says, "Can I trust you to find a place or a person that can disenchant it? I would do it myself, but I'm not in my workshop in my palace."
I think I got the person. I'm gonna turn to Delia and kind of raise an eyebrow.
I can try.
If not, you know someone.
Oh, that's true. Can I take a look at it real quick?
Yeah, I hand it off to her.
So
I'm gonna inspect this thing.
there's some powerful magic on this, but for from what you know of magical items, just from normal coursework at Akka, you can sort of divine that this instrument can be disenchanted if there's a powerful enough dispel magic spell cast on it, essentially, or another means of concentrating anti-magic.
Are we planning on doing any more fighting today?
I'm pretty sure all of us want to rest.
Okay, let me try something real quick. I'm gonna hold it like in my hands, and I'll try a 6th level dispel magic on it.
Okay. Roll a intelligence check. All right. Atelier's eyes go wide, and you see the horn kind of give off this bluish light, and then it just dims, and the color of it looks a little bit duller than when you first found it. Otherwise, it's completely unchanged. And he says, "You're powerful indeed."
Oh, well, thank you. Kind of tap it a couple times and then hand it back to Tadias.
Thank you. Well, enjoy your freedom.
I will. And he starts to move away. Best of luck.
So I will like wrap a cloth around it and put it in his bag.
Is there anything else you guys want to do in this old dungeon that you've already been through a bunch of times?
Besides nap? Nah.
Okay. Are you going to leave the way that you entered the first time you came through here?
Well,
Or are you just going to find a place within the place to rest?
there was the hopping back to the Nexus idea. Because if we go out the first way we came in the first time, we would be just in the peaks. So we'd have to navigate all the way.
It's true. Do you want to see the Feathergale Knights one more time, or are you comfortable with just heading out? You know what? Think about, let that marinate in your brains. We're going to switch over to GTF. So I'm going to... Oh yeah, I'm going to have to use the epic music because some epic shit happened the last time we were with the GTF, so I'll do that. Oh, when last we left Gordon's task force, Chaticus, Bit, Ren, Snow, Velia, and Stoneflame found themselves deep within the water node and decided to descend further down. The next, and what they would learn was the final chamber, was where it seemed all of the streams within the water node converged. At its center was one more large orb of water, again guarded by the squid-like humanoids and a water elemental. GTF strode along the water and engaged the scum. And after a few blows were traded, out from the depths of the water arose an aboleth, an ancient aberration with the ability to enslave creatures to their will. The scum and the aboleth proved to be a dangerous combination for the GTF, the scum possessing a mind-breaking touch that rendered the mental defenses of its victims compromised for a few critical moments. Both Ren and Stoneflame were struck by the mind-rending attacks, and each time the aboleth seized on the opportunity, enslaving them both and setting them against their allies. When the battle began to grow dicey, Snow stopped chancing and carving with ice. The butt of iced ice's haft struck the water, and Snow summoned an explosion of icicles that shredded the remaining scrum and aboleth to pieces. Ren and Stoneflame were released from their enslavement and took a few minutes to emotionally grieve their, albeit temporary, loss of autonomy, and apologize to Snow and Bit, who the aboleth had them attack. Snow then, seeing what was confirmed to her by Oral to be the water portal itself, walked upon the rocky island the portal floated above, and with the trident drown on her back, she pushed the tip of her glaive, Ice, into the portal. Ice, the phenomena of water freezing, spread on the surface of the portal, and the cold energy flowed into Snow, her skin growing paler and paler as the others looked on in horror. Snow would tersely bark at anyone that came close not to touch her, a front of frost washing over the others, rooting them to the spot. Finally, after several minutes of this, the frozen water portal cracked and the ice calved apart, turning to frigid mist that flowed into ice and snow. Snow, champion of Oro, collapsed on her back, a breath from death. The water portal, while reduced in its size, still floated there. Ben Hadar, the benevolent ornamental of water, hurriedly screamed at Bit to take Drown and destroy the portal. She did, thus the last vestige of true power given to the cult of the crushing wave had been destroyed, the portal and Drown obliterated. Snow finds that with a fraction of the power from the frost fell she siphoned, ice had become more powerful, while after the death of the aboleth, the tentacle rod had become mostly inert. With the work done, Chadicus casts the spell Windwalk, and the party swiftly flows out the way they came to the entrance of the water node. And they enter the entrance exit. And again, we find ourselves on Flame Rule the 6th. With GTF being spit out of the water node back into the Temple of the Crushing Wave. Can you guys see anything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Camera wasn't cooperating. Ugh. I'm tired of water, Stoneflame says.
I am also tired of water.
I hope we go into fire next time, like the forest. Except not a
Are
forest
you
fire.
losing your mind?
I mean, I did for a while. But also...
True enough.
But also I like fire.
I say we go find a place to go lay down.
Not in here, though.
No, there's puddles of water everywhere.
Although...
Mrs. Snow, are you okay?
I need a rest.
Is Windwalk still up?
Once you end the effect, I believe it's over. But let me check.
When did he end the... Oh, it only lasted for a minute. Okay. So, you would have, like...
It lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, the casting time's a minute. My bad.
Yeah.
So
Until the spell ends, you can revert to cloud form, which requires a minute transformation.
when does he end it when they leave the water node and return to here, or are they gonna zap out of the temple here? Because
the way I'm reading it, it doesn't look like you can go back into it after you've recorporealized.
Well, I started a roleplay scene without asking this question. I should have. So, like, when did you corporealize? Is that the question I should have asked?
I guess that's a question for the team.
Well, it says the only actions a creature can take in this form are the dash action or to revert to its normal form. Would we even be able to get through the portal?
That's a good question. Okay, well then, yeah, I guess you are. Yeah, okay. Then you are as you
there you
were.
go.
That's resolved.
We did it. I'm certain here again, if it is what's best for the party. Looking at the fact that Snow is gone through some sort of trial, it might be best to allow a breather to occur. No?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So from the sounds of it, it sounds like both the excavators and GTF want to rest before they try to dive into stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Out of game, is that what I'm hearing?
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's still at 1 hit point.
Okay. So, what is your guys' intent? Are you gonna leave the temple? Are you gonna leave the ruins to rest somewhere above on the island, or are you going to find somewhere in the temple?
I feel like this spot right here is honestly the safest.
All right.
Like it's like a hidden water passage and one thing between stone walkways.
All right. All right. By the way, this goes away. The entrance to the water node closes off with the destruction of the portal. In that case, as you guys are sort of getting yourselves dry, Stoneflame using his innate fire abilities to help everyone get nice and dry. Maybe some prestidigitations too. You guys get Snow gets ascending from Gordon. And descending says, Forstride is quiet for the moment. Any news? Is there need to correspond with other team? I have 3 more sendings to spare this hour. 30 words for each message.
I relay that to the rest of the party. I know we should tell him we've achieved our goal, but is there anything else we should tell him?
I believe that's the most important detail. We should regroup, probably on Forstride. There's 1 and 2 more cultist weapons that need to be destroyed. The one with the other team, and then one that's unaccounted for.
Well, didn't we tell the team we were going to meet them somewhere?
I have an inkling. VM has an inkling of that, but I don't remember. Were you guys going to meet near the entrance of the Fan of the Eye, or?
We can just go with that.
It's up to you. You guys are the authors of your characters. You tell me what they think is best.
Well, how tapped out are you, Snow?
I could manage 1 spell.
Could that be ascending?
Yes.
You can also respond to him with for free.
Why don't we respond with our details, and then for our last spell, why don't we contact the excavators and figure out where to meet? If that's all right with everyone else.
That's good through me, Stoneflame says.
Sounds good.
I'll type this out.
Okay.
All right, what do you guys think of this?
Seems appropriate.
Yep.
We'll send it off.
Okay, you send it off to Gordon. You don't hear anything back. But it's likely because he's satisfied and feels like he can hold on to those sendings that he has. What do you
And then we'll-
send to yourselves?
I think just this, maybe?
Stone
I
Flame
think that works.
shrugs. Which character do you send it to?
Hmm. It's a good question. Probably just Delia, because she's the most magical minded.
All right. Back in the bowels of the air temple, Delia gets that sending. What's it sound like when snow? Never mind. You don't have to say it out in your character voice if you don't want
Yeah, no thanks. But I will relay to the party. I'll be like, well, they did it. They destroyed the portal, and now they want to know where we're going to regroup.
Holy crap! That means that we destroyed 2 of them in a day.
Well, Gordon knows how to pick them.
That means there's only one left.
One unaccounted for, though. It's just an. Wait. Wasn't there a dragon?
You don't think?
It wasn't the last thing fire.
Oh, no.
We might need to regroup before stride. It's going to take more than just us.
Are you just gonna say 4 stride? No, you're typing it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit and just say Okay, I'm just gonna say the last weapon is fire. We may have to face the dragon next. We should regroup and force stride with Gordon.
Okay.
We'll call that good.
All right. Well, Snow gets that sending and relays it to the party. What's the word there? Stoneflame just goes, wow.
Are we ready to take on a dragon?
I mean, if it can breathe fire, I'll probably be fine. Don't know about the rest of you, though. He looks real smug when he says that.
Here I remember him that being that Ignacio chap that seemed to scorch you quite well.
Well, he's a special case and had some kind of crazier magic, but they're
But
dead
wasn't his lover in some capacity related to this dragon thing?
now. His smile disappears real quick.
You should be careful.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Then he kind of looks away and his eyes kind of bulge a little bit. So I guess after we snooze, we're going to head back through the that temple thing.
Right. If there is some possibility for us to destroy the weapon without having to suffer the ire of a giant flying scaled beast, I would prefer that method of thinking.
He shrugs. But we don't even know where it is. I think
Well,
all we know is how to get down to that level where the dragon is.
right. Have we ever been in the Fire Temple? We were, because
You,
Were we?
so,
I don't think that we have, because we were in the forest around it. I don't think
that's right.
only the excavators were there.
Only the excavators were there, but Stoneflame was there. So he says, no, wait a minute. No. I think that GTF were they were nearby it. Because they were following they had to find the source of the flames in the forest, which were coming from the temple because of those pipes. And then that's when all that thing happened with Ignacio.
Mm-hmm.
So you have been there. And you do remember when Ignacio was like, there's an elevator thingy. So you do, one of the things that you remember, and something to put back in the brain space for next time, is that there's a password to make the elevator work. So that is something that is known. Yeah. Both parties, you guys find places to hole up. So the excavators, they're going to, because we have a little bit of time, are they going to head outside of the air temple, or are they going to just hole up in there again?
Did I suggest holding up just because there's more cover there?
Okay. Um, we'll do a teeny little scene with Thurl as he approaches the excavators. I just need a stage. So Thurl's like just walks around the corner, and he says, "Oh, you are in here. Okay. So everything seems like everything went to plan. Thank you so much for bringing Nisea and wait,
Norisi.
it was Nerisi and the other. I'm starting with an N, but I don't think her name started with an N.
Desena.
Desena.
Yeah.
D. Desena. He says thank you for bringing them back. If there's anything else we can do for you before we leave, let us know. Oh, and a couple of other cultists came down that ladder. We weren't really sure what to do with them. We have them bound. They say that they want to join the Four-Stride Militia. That you, he points to Hum, spared them.
I look at Tadias.
Things got pretty heated back there.
They killed a whole people.
Arisi did that.
And they aided Arisi.
There's no way to know they directly did that. You can ask them. You can find out. I've bumped into many cultists with you, and some of them deserve no mercy. They deserve to suffer, to die. But there are some that do not deserve this. I leave that to your judgment, but be fair to them. We all make mistakes.
They're also being tortured actively by a green demon that was doing it. I think what they said was, what was the reason they were there that they gave? They did also offer help to you guys and information. I think it was that they just pissed off Arisi by being uppity or something.
Thurl. I did free them from a green demon. But that was before I realized that they killed all of the Aarakocra that live up on the peaks. All of them. Women, children, all of them.
His expression grows really, really dark.
I don't know what part those two played, but I can't face them because I'll kill them.
He nods and he says, "I'll see to it that you never see them again."
Thank you.
Thank you, Thurl. I appreciate that.
Did I tell Dimitri I said hello? We're going to head back to Feathergale Spire.
You be safe.
You too. And he starts walking out of the temple. And
Come on. I want to suggest that we go upstairs in the middle of this thing where all those like big hanging
curtains
banners
were?
are. Yeah, we just like cut up and them and make a big old slumber party essentially in the throne room.
Did you guys leave them
That
there?
That was the fire one that we cut. We didn't do anything with the wind ones.
Ah, okay. Well, you go up there and they're still there. And they're a little dusty, but they are still there.
So I'm just gonna like pull them down and cut them and essentially lay them out like big old rugs.
Nice.
You know what I'm thinking, Delia? Wind capes.
I mean,
We've already got the cloaks.
Right?
I do have the earth curtains too. Literally all we need is water curtains if I take these. Oh, and then maybe I could like make them into panels and we could have a cape that's like one of each.
That is awesome.
I'm taking the curtains.
Are you saying this in a language that Rook can understand?
I feel like Delia and Hum speak Gnomish when they're plotting to do something crazy.
Yes, that's
Okay.
a good idea.
Rook overhears and he says, "Wait, couldn't you sending the other group and ask them to see if they could find like tapestry or whatever?"
I am completely tapped out, but that is a great idea.
He just snaps his fingers.
I start taking down these curtains.
All right. Yeah, so both parties hole up and go ahead and restore your characters long rest style.
We get our max HPs back too.
You do get your max HPs back. Oh, and before we end tonight, I guess, does anybody have identify on ritual?
I have one more with Tadias.
Does he identify that big weapon?
I might as well because he's pretty maxed out on attunement. So let's see what we got.
All right. Tis. So he casts identify on it and he learns its properties. And this is known as Godwin's Dragon Slayer. It is a Beck to Corbin. The user will gain 1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon. It deals 2d6 piercing or bludgeoning. It also has reach. I forgot to add that. It has reach. It's a pole weapon. When you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 damage, as it is a Dragon Slayer. For the purposes of this weapon, dragon refers to any creature with a dragon type, including dragon turtles and wyverns. Wyverns.
All right. There's just a little bit of an evil smile on Tadias' face while he's looking it over.
What's that look?
Well, call it a coincidence.
Good thing we had a flying gnome.
Indeed, very useful. I'll have to figure out how to fly later. I only have 1 minute. I
Well,
will
what can that
begin
thing?
tuning to it, and I will. What do I have that's not attuned? Or is it not attunement? I thought it was attunement.
It is attunement, yeah. Oxor like looks down at it and says, "Wait, so what can that thing do? If it's magic?"
It's a dragon slayer.
Oxor's eyes kind of widen and he involuntarily takes a step back. Oh, wait, like the big. Oh, okay, good. Yes. And he nods. Are you gonna use it?
I think I have to. It's gonna give us our best chance.
He nods.
What about Vox?
Unless Fox can use it. It's a bit heavy. Doesn't seem your style, but if you want to.
Yeah, you take it.
Well, I need to remove something, so I'm gonna pull Res out of my sheath. I believe that's one of my attunements, right?
Yes.
Do you want to hold on to this for a second?
Hum takes it.
Magic dagger doesn't make a noise. And I guess shield is gonna go on my back, and I'll just start walking with this giant axe thing.
All right. And that is where we'll leave off. Thanks for listening, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Bye, Joey.